Hi guys, welcome back to the Motivational Ash channel. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe. If you're already subscribed, thank you for taking the time to hear me out again. So I don't have a title for this video. Whatever I'm gonna name it, I'm just gonna figure it out at the end. And usually I'm not the one to share what I am going through, but I really feel led to share this because I know that there's a lot of people that are going through things that, is going through obstacles, challenges in life. You're facing hard times right now. And I guess I can say I'm being a little bit vulnerable and sharing what I'm going through because, like I said, I'm usually not the one to share what I go through. I usually am the one to just go through it by myself, with God, and just pray and keep my faith in Him. I don't really expose much of when I'm going through hard times. I'm just always silent about it. Sometimes, I get overwhelmed. Sometimes I get emotional and, like I'll cry to myself somewhere alone, but I'm usually not the one to share. But I do feel led to share what I'm going through. So I'm going to share with you guys. So many of you already know that I have quit my job a few months ago. So it's been a few months that I've quit my job, and I was just tired and sick and tired of the 9 to 5, and I felt like I didn't have time to to grow myself, to brand myself, to create the things that I wanted to create. And I've been having dreams and goals and things that I've been wanting to pursue for a very long time, and I just feel like the 9 to 5 was just holding me back. It was keeping me stagnant. I wasn't able to create or just pursue the things that I want to. I don't know, I've been scratching and stuff, so like my face is a little red. But anyways, like I said, I did quit my job a few months ago. Ever since I quit my job, of course, I already had like little side hustles, and I had my small business that, was going. So, everything was good to supply my income so that I didn't have to work a 9 to 5. But recently, my small business has gotten really slow. I'm 29 weeks pregnant, about to have my first little girl. My car that I had literally broke down a month and a half ago. And when my car broke down, I still owed so much money on that car. Like, it was still a new car. It was a car that I only had for 2 years. And basically when my car broke down, so I've been having some setbacks. So my car broke down, and you know what? I don't want to seem like I'm switching the subject and going everywhere, but let me just say this. Whenever you start to pursue the things that you want in life, whenever you start to, really go after the things that you want, when you're trying to build your dreams, when you're trying to, become everything that you want to become in life, when you're trying to go after things in life, when you're actually giving yourself a shot, and a chance in life, to, evolve, to work on you, to grow, you know what I'm saying? To just evolve in life. Like, it's not going to be easy, and there's going to be obstacles and challenges that are going to come up. Sometimes you're going to have setbacks, and you cannot quit. You have to stay determined to push through no matter what happens, no matter what you go through, no matter what setbacks come your way. You have to continue to stay focused, because sometimes those things can distract you, and then you can start to feel like, dang, I'm going through this, I'm going through that, I'm going through so much. And then you can easily want to quit or give up or think that it's not working in your favor, when like you just have to push through that. Like, sometimes you don't even see the things that are working in your favor, and you're so easily discouraged, and you think like all hell is coming up against you and you're ready to just quit. But like, no matter what I go through, no matter what setbacks come my way, no matter what obstacles and challenges that I have to face, like, I'm going to overcome them. I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to be discouraged. I'm not going to give up on my dreams. Like, I'm not going to quit what I started. Like, I'm going to pursue everything that I want in life, no matter what happens. And that's for someone today. Like, before I share my story, like, whatever you are going through, like, do not let anything stop you. Do not let anything, revert you, to take you back to going back to, what you, whatever. Like, don't let anything take you back. Keep moving forward. So anyway, back to the story. So my car had broke down a month and a half ago. And remind you, I'm 29 weeks pregnant right now. So when my car broke down, it literally was not giving me any signs of breaking down or anything. You know what I'm saying? It never gave me one sign that like anything was wrong with it. But one particular day it overheated. And when it overheated, I ended up taking it to the shop. And when I took it to the shop, the mechanics in the auto body shop and everything was telling me that it was gonna cost me $5,000 to get it fixed, because I guess whatever happened when it overheated, it had ruined so many things like in the engine and this and that. They were like, when I got the list, they were telling me like, oh, I needed this, I needed that, this needed repair, this needed repair, like because of this, you know, this affected this, and you know, it was just all these things. And they were telling me that it was gonna be $5,000, and I'm like, oh my gosh, $5,000 to fix this. And that wasn't even the worst case. The worst case was they were like, okay, even if you spend that $5,000 and we fix this, it's going to be a 50% chance that your engine is still going to run, that it's still even going to work properly. And in my head, I'm thinking like, I do not have $5,000 to spend on a car and to be told that it's going to be a 50% chance that my car is still going to work. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm 29 weeks pregnant. What if I still need to, you know, buy a whole new car after I spend that money? Like, you know what I'm saying? I have kids too that are going to school. We have doctor's appointments, like all types of things, you know, I'm just thinking in my head. So anyway, I ended up taking it to a few more other shops. And when I took it to a few more other shops, they told me the same thing. They were like, hey, to be quite honest with you, it's going to cost this amount of money, but it's going to be a 50% chance. Because I never like to just take my car to one place, because you never know who's trying to get over on you. So, I was like, let me take it to a few places. So anyway, make a long story short, all three places said the same thing. So I was like, okay, like this car has to go. Like, I'm not going to put $5,000 in it for it to be a 50% chance. And, you know, like, I'm not going to do that. So I ended up you know, calling the people that were financing my car, and I told them, you know, hey, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, like, the car overheated. They're saying that it needs all these things. I know I still owe this much amount of money on my loan, and like, there's no way that I'm gonna continue to be making payments. And then the car didn't even work anymore, like at all. It stopped working. I was like, there's no way that I'm going to be able to continue to pay these payments or pay off the balance. And, you know, like, there's no way. Like, I need a car, I need transportation. So I ended up having to give the car back because I couldn't do anything. Like, I tried to trade the car in to get a new car or whatever, and that wouldn't work because the value was so much higher than what it was worth. So anyway, make a long story short, I had to give the car back up. So when I gave the car back up, they basically considered that it's a repossession now because I had to give the car back up. So when I gave the car back up, I let them come and take it, and for like a whole month, a little over a month and a half, like, I was walking around town, riding buses, taking Uber, like, you know what I'm saying, just to get my little man to school and get to doctor's appointments and things that I needed, grocery store shopping, to put food in the house, like all types of things was just occurring. And it was really stressful. Like, I hadn't rode the bus since I was like 16 years old, and I'm 33 now. Like, I hadn't had to like walk around town and like, you know, get to where I needed to be and all this and that since I was like 16 years old, since I was a teenager. So like, for me to not have a car, like, it really made me appreciate like all the times that I did have a car. Like, it really made me appreciate, like, when you always have something and then you don't have it, like, you really appreciate like those things, like, you really do. And at this point, I'm like, man, I need a car. I don't care if it's a bucket, I don't care what it is, I don't care if it's a tooting down the street. Like, I am so desperate for a car right now. Like, I just need a car. And I was spending so much money on Uber. Like, I was spending so much money, like, just getting here. Like, y'all, if y'all take Uber, y'all know how much, like, you could be spending a month on Uber just day to day, just going to, you know, wherever you need to go, A to B. And then Anyway, so basically I ended up like my rent was due and I couldn't even pay my rent because I was like, you know, I'm thinking like, dang, like I'm in a position now, like, okay, I need a whole new car. I'm spending so much on Uber and you know what I'm saying? Just all this money is going now because like I need to get here and there. My kids need to go to school every day. Like, you know, it was just getting really rough. And anyways, so anyways, what happened was I start going to different car dealerships, like trying to get a new car. Like nobody would mess with me because they seen that I turned the car back in that I had, which was considered like a repossession or whatever. So they were asking all these questions and they didn't want to like give me a car. And, you know, they were trying to ask for all this money down and this and that. So anyway, like I found this one spot and they were willing to work with me and actually like made it happen for me to get this car that I'm sitting in right now. Like I was so blessed to finally get this car, and to get this car, it's a $10,000 car and it's a used car that I'm in right now, but I had to put $5,000. I had to spend $5,000 just to get this car, you know, like $5,000. So now because I spent that $5,000 to get this car so that me and my kids are not walking around town riding Uber or the bus or whatever, you know, like I had to put that $5,000 down, and now I wasn't able to pay my rent. So now I'm behind on my rent. Yes, I have a new used car, but now I'm behind on my rent. Like I'm behind on a whole month's worth of bills. Like, and it gets stressful, you know, it does get stressful because it's like, oh my gosh, all these things are adding up. All these things are piling up, you know, and it's like, dang, like now we're in November and a whole nother month has rolled over, and now it's this month's, you know, finances and bills are due and everything is going on, you know what I'm saying? Like I literally, and remind you that I told you that my small business has gotten slow. So I'm like, man, I can't even go, like, you know, I don't want to go back and get a 9-to-5. I don't want to go work for somebody else, and let alone I'm 29 weeks pregnant. So like, even if I tried to go get a job right now, like, you know, jobs can say that they don't discriminate, but it's like, they're going to be like, wow, she's going to be leaving in 2 months. Like, what's the point? So basically I used to do Uber, and I told myself that I would never ever do Uber again, drive Uber. But now that I'm in a position, you know, I mean, in a situation, you know, now I'm doing what I have to do right now. So I've literally been going out driving Uber every night just to like catch up, you know what I'm saying? Just to play catch up, just to, you know what I'm saying, catch up on the things that I'm behind on right now. And, you know, trying to buy groceries by the day, trying to feed my kids by the day, you know what I'm saying? And it's hard. It's hard when you go through tough situations, when things start happening, you know? And sorry, I'm getting a little emotional because it's been very stressful. And like literally, like I said, I've been driving Uber, but like I'm so grateful that like I'm so grateful that I was able to get this car. I'm so grateful that I still have the opportunity to drive Uber to catch up, you know what I'm saying? And it's so crazy because all these things start happening when I was preparing to, you know, work on to grow myself. Like I was getting ready to create my motivational, inspirational t-shirts. Like you guys already know, like I'm an encourager, so of course I want to be a great motivational speaker. I want to encourage other people, you know, like, but I also want to make motivational, inspirational. I want to make my own t-shirts. I want to have my own store. Like I want to make my own journals, you know. And as I was getting ready to prepare to start creating all these things, like then it's like, and not only the car situation, there's other situations that I've been going through, that I've been dealing with. And it's like all these things are trying to come up against me. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it happens sometimes. Like when you're preparing for success, when you're like, things are going to happen, setbacks are going to happen. Like you're going to go through trials and tribulations, and it's not going to be easy. And I could be complaining about everything that I'm going through right now. I could be complaining. I could be mad. I could be angry. I could be, you know what I'm saying? Like cursing out the world and, you know, everything. Like, but I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I refuse to do that. I refuse to let these things make me feel like I am defeated. Like I am not defeated. And it's the same for you. Like, I don't know what you were going through. I don't know what you were behind on. I don't know what you were trying to scrape up a little change for to make it day by day. Like, I don't know what is going on in your life. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what you're trying to pursue, you know what I'm saying, while you're still going through things. But I'm here to encourage someone today to still continue to push through. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes God tests our faith through our trials and tribulations. Sometimes God will test your faith to see if you believe in him, to see if you're still going to push through, to see if you're still going to continue to move forward, to see if you're not going to get weary and get weak and give up. And yes, it's been a rough month and a half, 2 months for me, but I'm still continuing to push through. I'm still continuing to stay focused. And whatever I have to do right now is, you know, what I have to do. If I have to continue to drive Uber for a whole month to catch up till I'm caught up, and then I have that time again to create and to, you know, continue to pick back up on the things that I started, then that's what it's going to be. But I'm not going to give up, and I'm not going to throw in the towel, and I'm not going to go back and say, you know what, maybe I need to just go back to working for other people. Maybe I need to stop my dreams right now. Maybe I need to stop creating right now. Maybe I need to stop, you know, putting out YouTube videos right now. Like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to continue to push through because my faith is very strong in God. Like, God is my supplier. He is my provider. Like, he knows what I need. Like, where there is a will, there is a way. Like, he is going to come through for me. Like, no matter how hard it gets, no matter how bad it gets, like, and I have to remind myself of all the times that God has came through for me, all the times that he has pulled me out of whatever I was in. You know what I'm saying? And that's the same way that you have to be. Like, you have to think the same way. Like, the Lord is your strength. He is your supplier. You know what I'm saying? You have to believe. Let your faith be stronger than your fear. Yeah, sometimes, you know, there's doubts that come up across my mind, like, dang, what if this happens? What if, you know, I can't catch up on my rent and I ended up becoming evicted? Or, you know, what if I have to go back to, you know, trying to find a job or whatever? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, sometimes I'm going to be honest, like, I'm human. There's going to be doubts that are always going to come up across our mind. But, like, what are you believing? Are you believing those doubts, or are you, you know, shutting them down, and are you speaking life over your situation? Because even though sometimes I have doubts, like, I still know what I believe in. I'm still sticking firm on what I believe in. I'm still, you know, staying close to, you know, God, believing in him for my breakthrough. Like, I'm still continuing to pray my way out. I'm still continuing to praise in the midst of everything that I'm going through. I'm still blessing the Lord. I'm still thanking the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord, that although my rent is not paid, although I'm behind on my rent, thank you, Lord, that me and my kids are not out here on the streets homeless somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Lord, that my fridge and my freezer might not be full right now, but thank you, Lord, that I'm still able to make money day by day. You know what I'm saying? To provide for my kids, to feed them a meal. You know, like, and thank you, Lord, that I was able to come up with this money to get this car to even drive back. Like, and you know, like, thank you, Lord. Like, I don't want to be doing Uber. I don't want to be driving Uber, but thank you, Lord, that, like, I still have that option to go out and make money on my own time, make as much as I need to make, regardless of the hours that I have to spend driving. Thank you, Lord. Because I know that he's going to come through for me. I know that he's going to provide for me. Like, I know that I'm going to get out of this situation. I know that, you know, no matter how bad it gets, like, he's going to bring me out of this situation. And I'm still going to continue to work on the things that I want to work on. I'm still going to continue to, you know, to pursue my dreams and goals. Because so many people start going through things and they easily get discouraged and they easily give up, and they start thinking like, oh, God isn't with me, God isn't for me. But, like, God never said that it was going to be easy. And yes, he did say that we are going to go through trials and tribulations. So yes, you are going to go through some things, but don't let that allow you to give up. Don't let that allow you to give up. Like, I was out, you know, last night, I drove for 7 hours and, you know, I made $200, but I was able to still make some money, to still, you know, pay a little bill. I woke up this morning, had to pay my light bill because, like, if I didn't pay my light bill by today, they were going to shut off my electricity by tomorrow. And my light bill I'm behind on my light bill right now. So, but I still have money too to still make a meal. And, you know, even after I get done with this video, I'm going to go out and drive. But I know that this is temporary. I know that my situation is temporary. And that's how you have to think of what you are going through. What you are going through is temporary. Okay, it is temporary. Like, trouble does not always last. Trouble does not last always. No. And sometimes God is, he's building your faith in the midst of everything that you are going through. Sometimes not only is God testing your faith, but he's building your faith. You know what I'm saying? To allow you to rely on him more, to trust in him more. So I don't know what it is that you're going through, but just continue to push through. Continue to keep moving forward. Continue to believe in yourself no matter what you are going through. And continue to stay, to stay strong. Don't let anything break you. Like, I'm not going to let anything break me. I have been through so much in my lifetime that, like, sometimes I go through things and I'm like, you know what? Like, this can't even faze me. This is nothing. Things could be so much more worse. Like, I'm not complaining about my situation. I'm not mad. I'm not getting bitter. And someone needs to hear that today too. Like, no matter what you go through, do not complain. Do not complain about your situation. Do not get bitter. Do not get angry. Do not be out here mad at the world. You know what I'm saying? Being mean to people, or just, like having an attitude towards people because of what you are going through. Like, I'm still, like, people can look at me and ask me how I'm doing, and I'm great. I'm blessed. I'm good. I'm not sitting here moping around. I'm not crying about, or not crying, because I cry sometimes by myself when I feel very overwhelmed. Yes, I do. But I'm not complaining. I'm not nagging. I'm not, being bitter towards people and angry. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm good. Because I have God on my side. I'm good. Like, I am good. I'm going to get out of this. This is temporary. Sometimes you're going to get overwhelmed, and that's okay. It's okay to get overwhelmed. Like, God knows sometimes that, like, these things can be very overwhelming. It's hard sometimes, but you are not alone. You are not alone. Keep your faith in God and trust that he is going to bring you out of whatever situation that you are in. And I will keep you guys updated. I'll keep you guys updated. Like, sorry that I haven't been able to show up as much because so much has been going on. And now I'm like driving, for hours now, trying to get what I need to catch up. And, I feel like that's taking a little time from what it is that I want to do. But it's okay. It's okay, because things are going to get better. Things are going to get better for me, but I'm going to continue to focus on the things that I need to focus on. I'm going to continue to show up for myself, for you guys. Like, thank you guys. Thank you for the new subscribers. Thank you guys. Like, I'm almost at 300 subscribers. I'm so happy. Like, I'm so happy for you all that support me. I'm so happy for the ones of you that like comment in my, my videos, and, you support me. And, I'm really grateful for each and every one of you that subscribe to my channel. Like, I'm really grateful. Because it's like, you guys are like my family now. You're part of my family. Like, I've never really felt like I've ever had family. I've never felt like I never really had friends like that. I've always been alone. Like, it's always just been me and my kids. Well, besides the Lord, like, you know what I'm saying? And that's all. And for those of you that feel alone, that ain't got nobody, you ain't got no family members to call, you ain't got no friends, you ain't got, you know what I'm saying? You ain't even got associates. It's okay. It's okay to be alone. Like, you're not even, in reality, you're not even alone, because God is there for you. God is there with you. Like, let him be your strength. He is really all you need, because, like, sometimes, I hate to say it, but, like, we should never be dependent on other people or relying on other people. We should always put our trust, our faith, we should always depend on the Lord. Always. Because he's that one person, and I don't want to call him a person, but he's that one that will never leave your side. He's that one that will never forsake you. He's that one that will never give up on you. And no matter how much, you do wrong or whatever, he will never give up on you. He will always be there for you in a time of need. Like, he will always be your comfort when there's no one else to comfort you through what you are going through or whatever in the midst of your trials and tribulations. Like, God will always be there for you. Always. So thank you guys for taking the time to hear me out. Thank you for listening to this message. I have to go because I have to go and make some money real quick. So I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.